Sam Darley here, and today I'm going to talk to you about the decision the Texans made to start Brian Hoyer as their starting quarterback. Brian Hoyer, the last year and a half, has been with the Cleveland Browns. He went 10-5 as their starter. He had a bit of struggles towards the end of last season. I think a big reason why he struggled so much down the stretch last year is because, center Alex Mack got hurt and missed the rest of the season. Josh Gordon came back from a suspension and threw everything, the chemistry with Hoyer and the rest of the offense out of whack. And then the Johnny Manziel posse overcame the Johnny Manziel circus kind of took over at the end of last season, and they were positioned to make the playoffs, or they were in contention for a wild card. And Bill O'Brien last year went 9-7 with the Texans, had 4 different quarterbacks. One more win and they would have been in the playoffs. Now they got a quarterback who is familiar with O'Brien's offense. They've got a very speedy, more talented receiving core in Houston than Hoyer had in Cleveland. The run backs are better. The defense is way better. But the most important thing is Hoyer is comfortable in O'Brien's system, and he's found a way. He found ways to win in Cleveland, and that's what O'Brien's job is as the head coach, is to find ways to get the team to win consistently and get them into the playoffs and have them compete for a Super Bowl. That defense, that running game, the Texans have become more formidable. Now they've made a decision. It changes kind of my prediction for them, honestly. I think Hoyer's a really good quarterback. He's not elite. His numbers don't really back that up. But I don't think he's mediocre. I think everybody needs to cool it on he's a mediocre quarterback. Well, first of all, what else could he have done in Cleveland? He was 3-0 before tearing his ACL in 2014. And I remember watching Tom Brady come back from a torn ACL. Now, players come back differently from injuries like that. But quarterbacks need their legs to be able to drive through the ball and also move around in the pocket. And so I think Hoyer was still recovering from that injury, not making any excuses for him. I don't think he's, like I said, I think he's got a chance to have a nice bounce back season this year, and I think he could do it in the long haul. I mean, if he struggles, we got Ryan Mallett lying in the weeds, but to me, I think while Mallett has the tools to be a franchise quarterback, I think O'Brien gave him enough leash to say, hey, if you think you're a starting quarterback, if you think you're a franchise guy, take the reins and just run with it. And he never did. He never took the reins of this team. He had his opportunity. Hoyer is a bit more game experience, and like I said, he's found ways to win with a lesser team. And I think O'Brien's taken so much heat. Everybody kind of thinks, well, this is not much of a quarterback competition because of how many reps Hoyer played in the first preseason game. It was a quarterback competition. I think Mallett got the most of the reps because I think O'Brien said, hey, you think you're starting quarterback? Prove it. Take the reins, take this team, make it yours. And he didn't do it. And I think when I looked, Hoyer is 29 years old. Do I think he has any more room to grow? It would surprise the heck out of me. And last year, and going back to what I was saying about O'Brien, he had Matt Castle he wasn't as his quarterback because he wasn't a head coach in New England. When Tom Brady tore his ACL, he was the quarterback's coach, and he coached Matt Castle, and him and Belichick got the Patriots to an 11-5 record. They missed the playoffs because of tiebreakers. But Castle had a nice career season. He went on to Kansas City, had one good season, and then just kind of bounced around from team to team to team. When Christian Hackenberg, when O'Brien was at Penn State, people were talking about Hackenberg as the number 1 pick, as a top 5 pick in the draft, as a quarterback. And then his first year with Franklin as his head coach at Penn State, he struggled. I'll just say he struggled. He really struggled to adapt to a different style of offense. And then O'Brien with Ryan Fitzpatrick last year. Fitzpatrick had a career year statistically. I mean, he was still up and down and inconsistent, which is one thing I do think O'Brien was looking at with Hoyer. Hoyer's proven he can be consistent. Like I said, he's a battler. He will find ways to help the Texans win. That defense is going to be so stout this year. It's going to be an elite defense. They have the best defense in the division. I think they're the best coach. I think they're the best coaching staff, the Texans. And you can say I'm a little biased, but here's my realistic opinion. If Jim Irsay really felt so strong that Chuck Pagano was an elite head coach who could take that Colts team to the Super Bowl, now they've progressed. They've gone from being bounced in the wild card to being bounced in the divisional to being bounced in the championship game, and the next thing they could do is to lose a Super Bowl or even win the Super Bowl. But owners don't let good to elite head coaches coach out a contract. If they feel really strongly about the head coach, they sign him to a long-term extension as soon as possible. And I think I think this season's gonna depend on just how good of a coach he really is. He was really good last year, and it's gonna be tough to have a fallback season. The Texans have been a franchise that, well, they would have one good season and then they'd take a step back, and it's kind of like the franchise that has been, they take 2 steps forward, but then they take 2 steps back. And I think O'Brien has to keep this franchise taking steps forward. And I think they're in good shape. They're gonna get Foster back this year. They've got a young athletic receiving core, and I think Hopkins is gonna do a great job as the number 1. I still think their receiving core, from the bottom of my heart, should be DeAndre Hopkins, the number 1 receiver, Jalen Strong, the number 2 receiver, the number 3, the slot guy, should be Cecil Shorts, the 4th guy should be Nate Washington, and the number 5 guy should be their draft pick Humphries. Ken Hoyer, again, it comes down to the Texans. Really, it just comes down to their quarterback play. And I think if Hoyer plays consistently good, like I said, with that defense, and they can move the ball down the field and score points, they're going to be a very dangerous team. I think it's a good decision, and I honestly hope Hoyer kills it. I really do. I hope Hoyer and Clowney prove their doubters wrong. I'm seeing a lot of people down in Clowney from coming back from his injury. I'm seeing a lot of people doubt Hoyer, even Cleveland fans. I don't think Cleveland fans have room to be talking. The Cleveland Browns organization dumped Derek Anderson, who's their only Pro Bowl quarterback in the last 15 years, I believe. Yeah, last decade, anyways. And then they dumped Brian Hoyer, who went 10-5 in a year and a half with no talent around him, for a guy that went 2-14 at Tampa Bay with Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson. You've got no room to be talking, Cleveland fans. Hoyer is a good quarterback. Hoyer. I think Hoyer is a quarterback. He's not a miracle worker. What more could he have done with that Cleveland team? There was just, to me, Terrence West and Isaiah Crowell, a practice squad at best running backs. Miles Austin doesn't even compare to DeAndre Hopkins. The talent level is way better in Houston. The system is more comfortable for Hoyer. The coach is, I think Penton's going to be a good coach. I do. I just think that O'Brien is just a little bit better, and he knows how to coach Hoyer. He knows how to get the best out of him, and he got the most out of Fitzpatrick, and it almost got the Texans into the playoffs. And the Texans played two of the weakest divisions, in the NFL, and I think they can be really dangerous if they make the playoffs, which I think they'll make the playoffs. That defense, you're gonna get Foster back. If Foster can be available for the playoffs, they're gonna be a team that's gonna be they're gonna turn some heads. I do. I really think that. I think honestly, Colt fans need to stop living on their high horse. The only thing that separates the Texans and the Colts is Andrew Luck. If you put Luck on the Texans, I guarantee you, I really do guarantee you, if Luck was on the Houston Texans, the Texans would be the first team since the 1972 Dolphins to go undefeated. They're that tough. That defense is that much. That defense is so superior, and I think I think them. And I watched the Denver Broncos the other night against the Texans. Their defense with Wade Phillips is going to be absolutely just a pain in the butt, and I'm glad the Texans don't play that defense this season unless they play Denver in the playoffs. I've kind of changed my tune a little bit on Denver. I'm still not sold on Peyton fitting Kubiak's system, but that's a different team, a different division. The Texans really made the right choice today. It sucks for Ryan Mallett because he could have gone to the New York Jets. But I really honestly fully believe that Texans are going to do some serious damage this year. But, I think the question is, can a 29-year-old quarterback who's played in the league for 7 years, can he turn it around and make something of himself? Can he make a big name for himself? Tom Savage is 26, I believe. I mean, he's a second-year quarterback out of Pittsburgh. He was drafted by the Texans. He's come on strong. I think he's another year. I think they want to see another year out of him. I think they want to. I think next year might be his year to take over the reins. But in the meantime, Hoyer's the quarterback, and I don't think he'll. I'm gonna touch wood. The Texans just need a consistently good quarterback. I don't think Hoyer will struggle too much. It might be a little bit rocky. They're gonna face a good defense in the Kansas City Chiefs. I've changed my tune on the Texans. I really think I had them at 10-6. I think they're gonna go at least. I think they could squeeze 12 wins this season. I think they can win 12 ball games. They play the AFC East and the NFC South, and Hoyer is, like I said, he's a really good quarterback. He's a good quarterback, and I think he deserves a legit chance to retry and to reclaim a team. Make this his team. I mean, I know he was with New England, and he was with Pittsburgh and Arizona, and then he was with Cleveland. But he spent 7 years in the league. And Mallett had his opportunities. Savage, I thought, again, I think O'Brien, I don't know what O'Brien's plan with him is. But I think they're on the right track. Defensively, they're going to be a nightmare. I think the AFC South is going to be really close this year. And actually, I could see the Texans winning the division. I'm going to be that bold. I'm going to be that out of this world crazy prediction. I think the Texans could win the South. I'm not saying they will. They could. Because they've got the better defense, and they've got the less pressure on them. The Colts are expected to run off of this division and go to the Super Bowl. The Texans are just expected to be pretty average. At least in many people's eyes, not in my eyes. I think they're really good. I think they're a dangerous team. I think they're a really good playoff team, and I think it's time that people took notice that the Texans are a legitimately a good quarterback away from being a legit contender. It's gonna be fun to watch this year. We'll see. But yeah, I'll tell you now, I'm just glad it's all over and done with. We don't have to listen to questions of when are they gonna pick a quarterback, and this is kind of late for them to pick a quarterback. So hopefully it works out. Hopefully the Texans have found their quarterback. Brian Hoyer's a good quarterback. He did well in Cleveland. He did He did what he could. I'll just say that. There is nothing more that he could have done with the guys around him. John Cameron was consistently hurt, and Josh Gordon was consistently suspended. So, and outside of that, they didn't have much of a running game. They didn't have much of another threat in the receiving core. And in Houston, Hoyer's got 3. I think Strong should be in the starting lineup come opening day, but we'll see. You can check out my videos here on YouTube, or you can go to my sports blog at samdarley.sportsblog.com. This has been Sam Darley talking about the Houston Texans' decision to pick Brian Hoyer as their starting quarterback. Thank you for watching.